Joe Rogan has just broken down the dream matchup everyone in boxing is debating: Floyd Mayweather versus Terence Crawford. Fans are absolutely losing their minds at the thought of how this fight would look.
He's super intelligent. Like, he sets traps, he does stuff, and then, you know, there's a bunch of great breakdown videos of particularly the Errol Spence fight, like him setting traps. It's just, he's a very high-level guy, but Canelo is dangerous. He broke Billy Joe Saunders' whole face. Broke his whole face. What he did to Amir Khan, remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, lordy.
Embarrassed
Oh, lordy. And never been down. Never been dropped.
And Rogan has shared his thoughts on both men and what would happen if they ever stepped into the ring together. Rogan has always praised Floyd Mayweather for being one of the most intelligent fighters in boxing history. He often points out Floyd's ability to read opponents, slow down the pace, and make every single exchange work in his favor. Rogan says Floyd's defensive genius, his shoulder roll, his footwork, and his ring IQ are what made him untouchable during his prime.
Did you watch the Terence Crawford Canelo Alvarez fight?
Yeah, I did.
Woo, talk about slick. Oh my goodness. Who's ever done that? Who's ever jumped up 2 weight classes like that? It's crazy.
Scary.
He's so clever, and it got to the point where he got so comfortable, he's like pit-patting him, and then like, what? And you're watching, like, this is amazing.
Like, that's history, obviously. You shouldn't be able to do that. You shouldn't be able to fight at that weight for the first time ever.
Against one of the greatest
Undisputed greatest of all time, and do what you did. You're beyond an outlier. You're an anomaly.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jermell Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life, and he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for fight Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Floyd didn't just beat opponents, he made world-class fighters look ordinary. But Rogan has also been in awe of Terence Crawford. He's called Crawford one of the most complete fighters of this generation. A man who can switch stances seamlessly, who can knock you out with either hand, and who fights with that calm, calculated aggression that makes him so dangerous. Rogan points out that Crawford isn't just a physical talent. He's mentally sharp, patient, and ruthless when he smells blood.
I think Terence Crawford right now in the sport of boxing is the pound-for-pound best fighter in the sport of boxing right now.
How good is Crawford?
Crawford is amazing, not just good. He's amazing, and
he said the same thing about you.
Thank you, Terence. But I think he should be in the book for
really? Is that good?
How to learn boxing, you know?
Really?
For me, pound for pound, number 1 is Terence Crawford. I like this man. It's a great fighter.
I think it's Crawford first.
You know, but them having the faith in me and keeping me on the narrow arrow, you know, is what y'all see today. You know, because without them, I wouldn't be up here right now. Bernard Davis. I can't thank him enough. Racino Robles. I can't thank him enough. Because without those two, it's crazy.
So how would it play out if they fought? Rogan believes it would be one of the most fascinating matchups of all time because you have 2 masters of control.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm gonna let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101, set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Floyd, with his ability to dictate the rhythm, frustrate opponents, and never give away openings.
Floyd was in his prime. That would have been fucking incredible to see which style's superior.
Yeah.
Because Floyd would move towards you like this. He would just get right up on you. But just show you how good Floyd really is.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's won decisions by, you know, playing it safe, people that just don't get excited about him and they recognize him with the all-time greats. He's the best.
Openings. Crawford, with his ability to adjust on the fly, to change tactics mid-fight, and to apply pressure when the moment is right.
If I take Floyd Mayweather in his absolute prime, and I take Manny Pacquiao in his absolute prime,
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd still beats him.
Floyd beat everybody.
You don't believe there's a guy at 140, 147 in the history of boxing that could have beat Floyd in his prime?
I don't know, but it'd be tough. Floyd, man, that boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad.
What makes Floyd the best, so unique, something that we have not seen before?
His defense and his instincts. I think Floyd had the best defense in boxing history.
Most people don't know shit about boxing, but Terence Bud Crawford does. Great fight, shutout. Just what I assumed would happen. This boxing smart would beat Canelo's tactics. Like from round 2, I saw Canelo being on the back foot, and eventually Crawford was just dancing around him, doing his thing. So yeah, again, I like Crawford. I just think the way he fights is clean. Like he makes very little mistakes, and he knows the sweet science of boxing. So he showed why he's the best right now, one of the best in history.
It became a fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close. So he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do come back, can you train me?
We're not even,
Please. I'm asking you right
Are
now
you
if I
kidding me?
do.
Do they have commercials on this thing? You guys got commercials?
Rogan admits that prime Floyd would be incredibly hard for anyone to beat. His discipline, his defense, and his precision were second to none.
So just for everybody here, what do you take from this night? A defeat, but what do you extract from tonight?
Fue una gran noche para el boxeo. Me siento muy orgulloso de lo que se logró hoy. Como mexicano me siento muy orgulloso de lo que he logrado, de hasta donde he llegado para representar a mi país. Me siento muy orgulloso. Fue una gran noche para el boxeo.
A great night for boxing, a great night for the sport, for everyone. And as a Mexican, everything that I have accomplished for my people, for the country, very proud, and a great night for boxing.
Straight back, Canelo. Straight back. Right here. Can you describe what it was like for you fighting Bud, what he was doing that was giving you the kind of problems that you couldn't really do enough to get what would have been, I guess, a close decision?
Y para todos, ¿cómo fue enfrentar a Bud Crawford, los problemas que te dio y cómo no pudiste seguir con tus planes?
We already know, we knew Crawford is a great fighter.
But he also points out that Crawford brings weapons that Floyd may have never seen before.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this 4-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
And contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Crawford's switching ability, his timing, and his punching power make him a nightmare to prepare for.
Can you describe what it was like for you fighting Bud, what he was doing that was giving you the kind of problems that you couldn't really do enough to get what would have been, I guess, a close decision?
We knew Crawford is a great fighter. I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, trained really hard. He deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Yeah. Canelo, I may be the only one. I thought you won the fight. I scored it for you.
You know, we need to accept it. We need to accept it, no matter what. In the scorecard, we lost it.
Well, you're the best. You're the number one fighter in the world, and
Thank
I
you.
think keep shining. You're the champion.
You want the rematch,
Canelo?
Sus 3 derrotas no son entre dos de los 15 mejores boxeadores de la historia. Así que habla de ti.
Sometimes you try and your body cannot go. That's my frustration. Maybe I can figure out Crawford, but my body cannot go anymore. So I try it, but my body just not let me go.
The boxing community is completely split. Some agree with Rogan that Floyd's defense would likely shut Crawford down, just like every other challenger he faced.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, then I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
But others believe that Crawford's modern skill set, his ability to adapt and finish fights, would eventually break through even Mayweather's legendary defense.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford's this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terrence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight, that's a win for the whole world of boxing. Every generation from Floyd's generation to this generation didn't get to see it come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on. So
Rogan says this fight would not just be about who is stronger or faster. No, it would be about mental warfare. Who could stick to their game plan? Who could frustrate the other? And who could rise under the brightest lights?
Floyd beat everybody. That boy, man, that's the GOAT, man. That boy bad. On defense, like catch, bam, 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 bam. Man, that boy bad. Floyd had the best defense in boxing history. Hitting you with shots that you don't see, that's where Floyd mastered. You know, hit and not get hit. A lot of people, they give him credit now, but they didn't give him credit when he was acting.
Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Right now, fans are demanding answers to the ultimate question.
Have you thought about going for 51-0, beating Mayweather's record with 50-0? Is that something that you thought about?
I already said I was never gonna beat Mayweather record. That's not something that I wanted to do.
Okay.
To be honest, I was gonna retire if I didn't get this Errol Spence fight.
Saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terrence? Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course he is.
Prime Mayweather or Prime Crawford? Rogan believes it would be razor close.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat it.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
You like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
I feel great to share the ring with great fighters like him. And if we do it again, it's gonna be great. But you know what? I'm glad to share the ring with great fighters. And I'm glad to be here. I already did a lot in boxing. I already accomplished a lot in boxing. My legacy is already there. And I still taking risks because I love boxing. You know, Crawford is a great fighter, skilled fighter. And I get the credit to Crawford, obviously. And I feel great. I still feel the same.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. The first time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last dude did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight you.
How hard did he hit? How hard did he hit? He didn't hit as hard as I thought he was. You know, he's definitely technical, but, you know, I've been hit harder.
All right, let's talk about it. Does Saul Canelo Alvarez deserve a rematch with Terrence Bud Crawford? Bo Max said, listen, I told you that man didn't want no smoke. He didn't want no smoke before the fight. He didn't want no smoke the night of the fight. He don't want no smoke in the future. That man don't want no type of bud in his lungs. Now, let me ask y'all a question. Given the fact that Saul Canelo Alvarez is a world champion, everything that he has done for the sport of boxing, a Hall of Famer, even though he got his ass whooped and got his ass handed to him, does he deserve a rematch with Terrence Bud Crawford? If the rematch happened, how do you see it going? Y'all know what my pick is going to be, because I can no longer afford to go against Terrence Bud Crawford. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section.
True battle of legacy, and one that would change how we view the greatest fighters of all time.
We have a lot of comparisons. We even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terrence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta
Can't
have
say
an
that
OG
about
somewhere.
anybody
though.
else.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you got
There's
it.
an OG you can't out figure out
Yeah,
somewhere,
yeah,
and I just
yeah.
believe Floyd is
Floyd
that
is the
OG
one.
you can't out figure out.